Well, good morning. Welcome back to another Pebbles hairstyle. I am currently on my way to get my hair done. I had to brush out like the best curly wash day ever, which made me kind of sad, but I am really ready to get these roots done. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I am headed to her new place. So the woman that I get my hair highlighted by, she has been working at like just a regular salon for as long as I've been going to her. She's now moved into a suite, which is in a different location. It's kind of actually really close to where Luke and I used to live in Adams Farm, which is kind of on the like Jamestown side of Greensboro, High Point side of Greensboro. If you're local to the Greensboro, North Carolina area, I cannot recommend her more. Her name is, well, I don't know if she goes by Danielle or not. It's Danielle. And she used to work at Ivy House Salon on Main, which is in Jamestown. And now she is in the Ivy House Salon Suites. She's just absolutely phenomenal. Whether you want like a regular color or highlight, or if you want vivid colors, like bleach your hair, put a crazy color in there, she's got you covered. She's also absolutely lovely. And yeah, I'm going to make that early morning trip to Greensboro today. I was thinking of trying to do some other things while I'm in town. I hate to waste a trip to Greensboro. So we'll see what we get into today. So I figured I would just bring you guys along with me for an actual like daily vlog situation, and we'll see where the adventure takes us. And just like that, I'm done. I wish it was that fast in real life, but it was actually a lot faster today than it normally is. We tried out some new stuff and I'm really enjoying the tone that she got me to, because I really love a cool toned gray leaning blonde, and I think we really achieved that today. It looks awesome. I have no roots anymore. I'm a very happy camper. I am now about to go eat lunch at arguably my favorite like non-chain, non-corporate restaurant ever. It's called Toshi's Cafe, and it is in the Adams Farm area, so close to High Point in near Greensboro. It is the best. It is the sweetest man and his daughter run the place. They have anime books everywhere. They've got a Super Nintendo plugged up with the tube TV. They've got all the little Japanese snacks, and they serve sushi and things like that, but they also serve like American breakfast and sandwiches and stuff. And everything Luke and I have ever gotten from there has been amazing. We used to live in this area. We actually used to live like right behind the shopping center in an apartment, and we would come to Toshi's all the time. It is without a doubt my favorite place, and it's just so out of the way when I normally come to like the other side of Greensboro. I don't get to come here very often, but now my hairstylist, she is at that new location, which is literally in the same shopping center. I'm so stoked. So I'm gonna go in there, grab some lunch, run a couple errands, and then head back to Eden. All right, it's a hot one. I am back home and did a little bit of, buying the deodorant, face cream, replacement, things like that. But I did also find something on sale in Target. Sometimes they do this where they put their stoneware or glassware on sale, and this is normally a $20 vase. It's huge, bigger than my head. It's normally $20, and I got it for $10. So I am very excited. I got my receipt in here still. And I'm gonna cut some hydrangeas so that I can have some hydrangeas in the house in here. I'm thinking I might wanna put them on the table in the living room. We have it's not a bad situation, but the cats are terrors. And the one that's out in the main house right now, she likes to chew on things. And I would really rather her not chew on hydrangeas. She wouldn't eat the whole thing. Hydrangeas are technically poisonous to cats, but she really just likes to chew on things and then spit it out and or throw it up, which is really attractive. But I would like to put them on the table in the living room. I just don't know if she's gonna mess with them or not. So they might go in the kitchen, but I would really like to get some hydrangeas in here because they have been battered by the storms that we've had recently. So the tomatoes are doing really well, but the hydrangeas, I think because they're so young and their stems are so flexible still, they're all like laying straight on the ground. And the sun helps to perk them back up, but they've really taken a beating. They've been super weighed down by the water. So I would really like to use some before they go to waste. I need to figure out how to get this sticker off without leaving a crap ton of residue. So yeah, gonna do that. And then I wanna do my makeup with you guys. I have never done that on the internet. I am 35 and this is something that I've kind of dove back into recently. I didn't wear makeup for a really long time. Part of that was because I had extremely bad cystic acne. It was bad. And I went on Accutane after trying everything under the sun. I went to different estheticians. I used salicylic acid. I tried benzoyl peroxide. I tried BHA. I tried every single thing that you could possibly do. I tried it. I tried Curology. I tried Proactive. I've tried it all and nothing worked. So I made the decision to finally bite the bullet and go on Accutane. That was a whole process in and of itself. I don't want to bore you guys with the details of that. If you'd like for me to talk about my Accutane journey, I can, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And I was on it for a particularly long amount of time. I think it was about 1.5 years, but it did work. It really did. And all the side effects were worth it for me. In my particular case, it was definitely worth it. And now I have extremely clear skin. I rarely ever break out. I feel like I always want to knock on wood when I say that, because please, God, do not bring down a curse upon me again. But it is something that now has changed my skin. So I used to have very oily, extremely oily skin. What? Hold on. You want to say hello? Say hello to everybody. Say what you doing. You hungry? So going from having super, super oily skin, using mattifying products, using mattifying primers, everything I could to control the oil on my skin, that's the type of makeup. If I did wear makeup before Accutane, that's what I wore. And now it's still slightly oily, like T-zone, but I have pretty dry skin. And I'm 35 now, so I went on Accutane when I was in my late 20s. But now I'm kind of relearning what works for my skin. And because I am 35, there's different lines and things that I have to be aware of. I also have a really odd skin tone. So I'm fair during the winter. I tan very easily because of my dad's side of the family, but I can also, I tend to have a lot of freckles because of my mom's side of the family. So I have a weird combination when it comes to that. But I have a neutral to slightly olive undertone, but I'm on the fair side. So it's impossible to find concealers and foundations that match. And it's been really tricky for me to try to navigate that as an adult because I don't know what I like anymore. I struggle to want to put forth the effort to put on makeup as well because I'm always doing something. And because of the years and years that I went without wearing makeup because of my acne, I became so comfortable not wearing makeup, which is a wonderful thing. You should always feel comfortable with or without makeup. But now, I want to do it. I want to experiment. I like makeup. I wore makeup for a really, really long time. In my 20s, I wore a lot of makeup in my early 20s. And I just want to get into it again. I want to feel competent and confident in being able to use the right things for my skin. So I've been playing around with some stuff, and all that to say, I just kind of want to show you guys. You might be in the same situation as me, or you might feel uninspired with makeup, or you might be in the same age bracket and be looking for things that work well, or you might have my same skin texture and oil level. These might be good recommendations for you. I figure all of that could probably help someone out there, because I watched a lot of YouTube videos to try to figure out what to buy and where to start and all that stuff. So yeah, I figured you like this. I know the boys are probably not going to enjoy this episode, but the women that are watching, I hope that this can be either inspirational or helpful. So yeah, let me get outside before it gets to the really, really melting part of the day. Grab me some hydrangeas and get these on a table. So yes, before you say anything, I have not undecorated from the 4th of July. It's still the summer, okay? Let's focus on this. So I really love limelight hydrangeas because you get, a lot of them are white, but then you have these, which are this beautiful like citrus green color. And they have this like almost autumnal, like purple fig colored shade. And they're just so stinking pretty. Whoop! Camera decided it wanted to adjust itself, but I think that that looks lovely, and I think I am gonna put it in here. Absolutely beautiful. I think that's perfect. And I kind of want to show you guys Madame in my office. I don't know if you saw it in the background just then, but let me see if I can catch her. Hello? Can I ask what's going on? What are you doing in here? Is that your spot now? You've got that beautiful cat shelf, yet this is where you want to spend your time. What are you doing? Hello. All right, I'm gonna take my rings off really quickly, and I'll just kind of show you guys things. I'll do my best to link everything below, and if I have a discount code for anything, I'll put that down there too. First off, some of the stuff is going to be things I know and love and have used a million times, and some of the stuff is new. This is one of the new things. So they're right now, when I'm recording this, not when you're watching this, but when I'm recording this, it's like the Amazon Prime days or big deal days or something. I can't keep up with their names. And the brand Shark has like an air wrap situation, kind of like the Dyson, but it's made by Shark, which I love. I mean, I love Dyson as a company, but for vacuums. And I really love Shark. I have a Shark hair dryer that my mom got me for Christmas, and I've used it for years. I absolutely love it. And with the length that my hair is getting, I love wearing my hair naturally curly. However, I've been wanting to experiment with doing my hair, blowing it out myself, and having an air wrap situation. I've been looking at the Shark. I think it's called a flexi style or flex style. And I was thinking, oh, maybe it's on sale. So it by itself was not on sale, but it's on sale if you bundle it with the Shark LED face treatment mask, which I've also been looking at. So I decided to bite the bullet, and it's a huge deal. I think it was almost $200 off. And if it's still on sale, I will link it below. But yeah, absolutely monster deal. So because I want to start, I don't know if you, let me get closer so you can see. I have baby hairs in the front, and when I wear my hair curly, I don't ever have to worry about it. But when I wear my hair straight, you can see I'm sticking straight up after I've gotten my blowout. So I'm going to bring you in closer because I got this Garnier Fructis Frizz Tamer. It's on like a little mascara wand. I've been seeing these all over the internet. Today's the first day where I'm like, oh, I actually might need that. Yeah, you can see it. So here's the before, and let's see what this can do. Yeah, it is literally just a mascara wand. So it's pretty much just right at my, wow, that was pretty immediate. Wow, look at one side. Oh, I wonder what kind of residue this is gonna leave in my hair though, because I don't like feeling sticky in my hair. Oh, wow. Yeah, that really works. I just picked this up at Target. I think it was like $8. The things that I am entertained by now as an adult. Yeah, that was really helpful. It has a really light texture. It's not like gel or anything. That helped quite a bit. It's not necessarily like a gel or a hairspray texture, but you can definitely feel something's in there. Might need a little more on that front piece because I can already tell it's trying to jump up again. I don't have a filter on this camera. I don't even have the like bright light filter that I would normally use for direct sunlight like this. I'm sorry to the editor, but I wanted you to be able to see my face before. So I have hyperpigmentation. I have a lot of acne scarring on like this quadrant of each of my cheeks. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of skin issues. I have some pores, but it's not really like a huge focus on mine. The face cream during the day that I use is Naturium, the multi-peptide moisturizer. Really like this. Normally get it at Target. And then I will use the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright eye cream. That definitely helps. I don't have deep set eyes, but I have huge natural hollows. This natural lighting is doing a great job of kind of reflecting that. But I look like I have two black eyes a lot of the time. Oh, that kind of helps. I have really deep troughs. I think that's what these are called. And it runs all the way up the side of my eye as well, so I can tend to look like I've been punched in the face. So this helps. I won't say that it's been like blowing my mind, but it definitely helps to moisturize that area so it doesn't hurt. And then, which I did not put this on before I left the house today, I normally use the Prequel mineral sunscreen. I really like this. I think I still have to buy this off the Prequel website. I can't remember if Target carries it now or not. I'll find it for you guys and put it in the description. Because it's a mineral sunscreen, you could theoretically get a white cast, but it's got a pink tint added to it, which helps combat that. And it is slightly illuminating. It's not glittery, but it does illuminate a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got like just a slightly pinky tone. Definitely looks white on camera, but it is slightly pink. I'll rub that all over my face. Beautiful. It's not thick per se, but because it's a mineral sunscreen, you're gonna feel it. And for me personally, that was one of the biggest triggers of my acne, is using any sunscreen that wasn't a mineral sunscreen, so aka chemical sunscreen. I have to use a mineral sunscreen or I will immediately break out. I cannot use foundation with sunscreen in it or I will immediately break out. It's just one of those things that I've learned about my skin. While I let that sink in, I'm going to wet my Real Techniques face sponge. I've used the Beauty Blender. I've used the Real Techniques. The Real Techniques is cheaper and it goes on sale a lot. So I like it. I'll be right back. So you wet it, it blows up. It doesn't blow up. It expands like this. I feel like this does a lot to really help my skin not look cakey and for it to be hydrating. So I just bought a primer because like I said, I really just want to jump in. I want to try wearing makeup more consistently. And I know that a primer would be good for me. I have to take my rings back off. Forgot I had to put this on. I just bought this. This is the One Size Secure the Glow Tacky Hydrating Primer. Now I tried this on the back of my hand. It felt really nice. Definitely, I always look for something that's hydrating, but with helping the staying power of the actual makeup I'm going to put on. So this sounded right up my alley. Now I have no idea how much to use, so that's going to be interesting. It's got little beads in it. I don't know if you get a bead every time you pump it out or not, but nope, that is just the clear stuff. So it's literally just clear. All right, I got one pump. Let's see how much that spreads. Oh yeah, that's plenty. And I have read that you really just want to put it on and then you let it sit until it gets tacky. And tacky just kind of means not sticky, but like it feels like if you were to take your hand and plop it on your face and pull down, it would grip instead of sliding off like water off a duck's back. So it's got the hydration in it, but hopefully it'll make my makeup stay on a little bit better because I am slightly oily. I want to make sure that the foundation that I'm using doesn't go anywhere. Now, it's 50-50 whether or not I wear foundation on a regular basis. If I do, I've been really liking I'm going to butcher this name. I am uncultured. Givenchy, something like that. It is the Prism Libre Skin Caring Glow. Now, this has happened to me. about 1,000,000 times. I mean, that's exaggerating, but it's happened to me a lot where I find a product I really love and then they discontinue it. Not just reformulate. I've had plenty of reformulations as well, but they discontinue it. So I used to really like a Chanel foundation. It was like the Vita Lumiere Aqua something. First they reformulated, then they discontinued my shade. So I moved on from that. I used to use Bare Minerals. They discontinued the one I liked. I used a Dior one. They discontinued it, so on and so forth. And I really wanted to try something. This was high on my list. I got color match for it. I had a sample. I used it up. It was wonderful. I went to go buy it. They've reformulated it. And they have completely changed all the shades. So I was lucky enough that the sample I had was still what my local store had in stock. They hadn't gotten rid of the old and put the new in, but once this is gone, I'm gonna have to find another foundation. So I recommend it to you. However, you can't buy this anymore unless you go in store. So this is the old shade range. It is N120, and it does a really good job of being pale, but on the neutral to slightly warmer side. So I've got that. Sometimes I like to use a color corrector under my eyes if they look particularly bad. The one that I've been using is the Charlotte Tilbury one in Fair, #1. Now, this is not a tutorial channel, so you're not gonna get like the best technique or anything. I'm just literally telling you what I use and what I do. So I just take a little tiny Real Techniques brush, dab it right on the areas that I get darkness, and then kind of blend it in. I do not use very much because if you use a lot of this, you're going to have pink under it. And while that sounds nice in theory, it does not look very nice. Also, thank you so much for being understanding and not being extremely angry with me about not posting 2 videos a week in July. When you see this, it will be pretty far into July, and I really appreciate everybody being understanding about that. Okay, base feels good. That primer's ready. I'm gonna shake this up and put my foundation on. And I use 1 pump max of this stuff. The less, the better for me personally. So I've got that just on my fingers, disperse, and then I just kind of plop it everywhere on my face. And whatever's left over, I just kind of put that on my neck so it blends out well. And then I take this bad boy that is wet and shove it into my skin. So this foundation is a great match for what the base color of my skin is. Now, I have a ton of freckles. So this does not match my freckles. If I matched my freckles, I'd be putting on a very, very dark shade of foundation compared to the rest of my skin. So this really matches what my skin looks like without freckles on it. And then I have to add a bronzer color to be able to bring the life back to my skin, because it does pale me out a little bit. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this foundation. I feel like it has like skincare quality to it. It makes my skin look really nice. It's glowy without being shiny or oily, which is my problem. I want to be quote unquote glowy, but I don't want to look like an oil slick, and I don't want glitter. Glitter is for your 20s. For me anyway. On my face, glitter ended in my early 20s. I don't want anything with glitter anywhere near my face or my body anymore. Next up, my concealer. It's a little light for me right now. It doesn't look that way on camera, but this is the best, like, again, neutral to warm olive undertone that I found. It is Kosas Revealer Concealer in 2.3 neutral, so 2.3N. And again, the less is more for me. I really do not like looking like I'm wearing any makeup, which seems counterintuitive. I realize that as I'm saying it. I need to bring you guys closer so you can kind of see the finish of that foundation. And again, the natural light is making me look paler than I am, but maybe the editor can help with that. But yeah, it's got some concerns, but it's mostly like freckles and scarring and pigmentation from the acne, which I can't do anything about. Therefore, I don't worry about it. So I put a little bit here, I put a little bit here. 50-50 on if I put any on my face. If I do, it's just dots in this area where I get a lot of my redness. Under the nose, tip of the nose. Again, another Real Techniques brush. This is from a set that I probably bought, I don't know, 10 years ago. I am very casual when it comes to stuff like this. And I use what I have, and I don't, you know, it's rare that I buy anything new. So like this primer, I've been thinking about buying a primer for like 6 months, and I just did it. I talked myself out of buying new things because I just think, oh, well, I'll just use what I have, when what I have is probably 10 years old. So recently I've been allowing myself to get some new makeup and things because all the stuff I have is probably expired. And if you didn't know, now you know, face products do expire. And it is actually really bad for your skin to use expired products. All right. And now we're gonna give me some color back. Again, you probably won't be able to see it on camera because I'm a little blown out, but I didn't want to have any kind of filter on here. So this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. This is the best bronzing product I've ever found. It's a cream. It is the best neutral, warm bronzing shade I've ever found. It's not orange. It's not green. It's right in the middle. I really enjoy it. I use a stippling brush. Again, it's Real Techniques. They don't know who I am, but I used to really enjoy their products, and they are, I believe it's two sisters that started as makeup artists and then started making makeup content on YouTube and then created a brand. So I just take that and then I just kind of go in a circular motion up on my temples and right here to kind of bring some color back to my skin. Yeah, you can definitely see that, I think. Because otherwise, my face is it looks very flat if I don't do this. Take a little bit of this bad boy under here. Try to get rid of some of this genetic double chin that I've started to have. You know, looking down at my phone does not help that at all. That's something that I'm also trying to work on a little bit better. But I just kind of run this where the shadow would naturally be on my chin. If it had a shadow, it does not. And just make sure I really, really blend that in. And it definitely helps give me a little bit more of a jawline. Whatever's left over, I normally just rub over my nose. No nose contouring or anything like that. And then another Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Airbrush Bronzer. This is number 2 medium. I don't love the tone of this. I've used the crap out of it, obviously, as I tend to do. I don't love the tone. It's a little pink for me, and I really don't like pink tones on my skin. But it is nice in the summer to be able to set some of that cream product that I just put on. So I just dab it, knock off the extra, and really just go over those areas that I just did. Down the neck, just to blend. Again, I just put whatever's left over on my nose. Very technical. I don't do a lot of eyeshadow. I am a one and done kind of person. I love the, I think it's Giorgio Armani. This is their eye tints. I have 2 shades. This one's really dark. I normally use this as like eyeliner and stuff like that. Oops, sorry. And it is in the, oh, I should be telling you shades. This is shade 36M. I don't know what that means. And the shade on this one is completely rubbed off. I believe this is shade 23 and it's like cashew or something. There's a shade 22 that a lot of people really like that have lighter eyes than I do, but for me, it doesn't do anything for my eyes the way that this shade does. This is a lot more neutral. Shade 22 is a lot more, it's got that reddy pinky undertone to it, warmer. For me personally, I don't like the way it looks, but this one I do really like. This is probably an old, yep, it's an e.l.f. eyeshadow wand. When I bought this, it was probably $1. That's probably how long ago. e.l.f. has raised their prices significantly over the years, but when I bought this, it was probably $1. I take the absolute smallest amount of this. I am going to wipe the extra concealer and foundation off my eye crease, because if I don't do it now, it's just going to settle there and stay forever. It's the thing about having hooded eyes. And I put it really close to my lash line. I just rub until I feel like, yeah, that's enough. And then I rub it just onto my lid space first. So disperse that product just on my lid and not up where my eye creases, like below the bend, as you would say. And then once it's there, then I will turn the brush to like the wider side and just kind of blend it up a little bit. And voila. This is another e.l.f. brush. This is actually, again, I don't know, because this channel is so all over the place and it's mostly men that watch this and it's mostly like a homesteading channel. This could land completely wrong. You guys could probably not be interested in this at all. However, if you are, you will probably know who J Kissa is if you followed makeup beauty YouTube at all. Now this is her e.l.f. collaboration. It's one of the brushes that came with the set. Absolutely love her. I loved her makeup. It's really graphic and she does a lot of bright colors, which is not me, but I wanted it to be me, so I definitely bought the palette. And I've used it for Halloween makeup, special event makeup, something like that. I have used some of the glitters, but it's not an everyday palette for me, but the brushes are great. I'm taking my bronzer, the powder one, and just setting this because that's a cream product. And again, because I still have oily spots on my face and my eyelids are one of them, I really just don't want it to settle into the crease of my eye. So this adds a little bit more color and it prevents, well, I wouldn't say prevents it definitely still happens, but it's helpful. So I think that's it for the like base of my face. I will do my eyebrows next. Brush them up first so I can know what shape they actually are. And recently I've been getting back into the habit of using an actual eyebrow pencil. This is a Kosas, it's the Brow Pop, and what color is this? Medium brown, because I'm not a natural blonde, I know, shock, but my eyebrows are pretty dark and I have to use like that, the neutral brown, the natural brown that they make, which for me is medium brown. And I really just take it really lightly under the front and kind of trace the bottom of my brow line just to give it a little bit more definition. And then I will go very lightly over the top, just running over where my brows are already, but where they might be a little more sparse. Bam, bam. Looks like I gave myself a facelift just then. That one brow is in the sky. Do the same thing over here. Not really putting any pressure. I brush that in. Just kind of softens everything. And then this is probably the best brow gel that I've ever used. It's the Merit one, and this is in light brown actually. The dark brown was like a little too dark for me, but it is a really good neutral brown. There's no red, it's not really warm. And I just kind of run that through here because normally I would either use a pencil or I would use a brow gel, not one or the other. But I've noticed recently that my brows are thinning out. Not like I'm losing hair, but they have looked thinner. And I realized it's because I'm going gray in my eyebrows. So I'm definitely going gray on my head, big time, which I'm so excited about. If you don't know, my family, I think all the women, I think except for one of my aunts, have let their hair go completely gray. So that one of them's got really salt and pepper with a lot of dark. One of them's got like a gray, like traditional gray color. And then my mom's hair is completely white, like stark white with a little bit of gray underneath. So I am ready. You know how much money I would be saving if my hair just came out of my head like this naturally? It would be fantastic. So as soon as I go full gray, I'm going to be the happiest thing in the world, because that's always the type of hair color that I get, is like a really cool toned blonde or gray. I've been like actual gray dyed before. So yeah, that is my brows. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Fix Plus. And this just, for me, helps everything melt into my skin. I don't notice that it makes my makeup last any longer, but it makes me not be powdery or too oily. Kind of balances that out. And this is a fan that I think my Aunt Rhonda gave me. when I was younger. And I think it was from one of her trips somewhere, but my mom recently gave me like all the things she was holding on to from my childhood, like all of my stuffed animals and things like that back, and this was in there, and I was like, oh my god, I've been wanting to find a fan because it definitely helps the setting spray dry down quicker. So I get to use that and think of her and think of my mom. So yeah, I do that before I put on mascara because my mascara is not a waterproof mascara. It is a tubing mascara that just comes off with water. It's the best mascara in the whole world. They don't pay me to say that. It's just the damn truth. It is by Thrive Cosmetics. You can only buy it online, which is the only drawback. They're not stocked physically anywhere that I've ever found, which is kind of a bummer. But I get them in 2 packs, so I always have one as a backup. I get the brown shade, which is called Crystal. It's a brown-black color. Straight black does not look good on my face coloring. So yeah, I'm gonna curl my lashes and show you guys the difference from naked mole rat, which is what I am right now, to what I look like when I use these. I'm gonna bring you in really close. So this is my natural lashes. I'm lucky. I have decent lashes. I've never really had a problem with them, but I've curled them. When you look at me straight on, I look like I have no lashes. They are a little bit lighter brown than my natural hair color is. And again, I'm finding gray ones in my lashes. I'm like, okay, welcome to 35. I got it. I get it. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because I have to get close to do it. And voila. I swear it looks like I have false lashes on. And I've had people ask me if I'm wearing falsies. I am not. It's just that mascara. Absolutely love it. And the biggest thing for me, again, it's not waterproof, so I don't have to use a waterproof makeup remover. It comes off with just water, which is why I can't use the setting spray first, because it would take my mascara off. Or what I've noticed it really does is it makes it stick to my lashes in a different way so that it doesn't come off very cleanly. So I spray first, mascara second. And maybe I can show you guys what it looks like when it comes off because it's really cool. I literally just get water on my hands and I'll push down with 2 fingers and go like this, and all of the little mascara tubes come right off. It's pretty sick. You want to move kind of quickly because the stuff does dry down really fast because it's a tubing mascara and you can't really layer it up. I would not recommend doing like a normal mascara and doing like multiple coats of this. You don't need to, and 2, it's gonna start to look crazy and spidery. And that's it. That is the makeup. I normally put on some kind of lip balm or something. Let's see what this one is. It's a L'Oreal Paris. I think it's some kind of moisturizing color balm, something or other. It doesn't say. It's in Rose Harmony. I don't wear lipstick. I want to, but that's just not the life I live. I'm too messy, I'm too clumsy, I don't reapply it. And it just gets all over my face. I've tried a million times. So that is it. That is my makeup as it stands. This is what you see me wearing in most videos if I have makeup on at all, which most of the time I don't. But yeah, I figured I would show you guys because you know what? We're all learning. We're all here trying to figure this out. And it's something that I have watched a lot of YouTube videos about. I don't know if y'all would be interested in me like linking my favorite makeup artists or anything like that on this platform. But yeah, it took me a really long time to get comfortable with doing it myself, to know it worked with my skin, to make sure I wasn't going to break out, all of that stuff. And it was really hard to navigate for me, honestly, which is I just ended up not caring and not doing any makeup at all. But as you can tell, I don't do a whole lot. I have blush, but I don't use it. I have highlighter, but I don't use it. I don't see the benefit for me personally. I feel like I look the same if I use it or if I don't use it. So there's certain things about my routine that may be different than yours. I love blush. I want to be able to use it so bad. I enjoy blush. I enjoy looking at it. It just doesn't suit me, which might be a skill thing, and I need to experiment with it more. And same thing with highlighter. I love the idea of highlighter. I think it's gorgeous, but it just doesn't, something about it just doesn't doesn't work right for me. But yeah, I hope that was helpful or at least entertaining. If you did enjoy it, let me know. Let me know if there's any other products that you're interested in hearing about. Do you want to know about my curly hair? Do you want to know about the blowouts? Do you want to know about skincare? I mean, I'm passionate about skincare. I'd really like to go into like my nighttime routine, how I take all this off, all that stuff, because I do have a specific ethos when it comes to that. So I might do that next, maybe. I don't know. We're winging it here, man. I've been taking some time to try to figure out what is next for this channel. What do I want it to be? And it really comes back to, well, this is just my life. I'm just taking video of my life. I want to be able to talk to you like I would a friend that's sitting down with me. And I feel like that kind of leaves it open for me to do whatever I want, whatever I'm actually doing that day, which is what you've seen today. You're just coming along in a day of my life with me. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow and we will get to it. We're gonna clean this house up real good. Hopefully be able to open the windows at least in the morning, get some fresh air in here. So I'll see you then. Hello. It is in fact not the next morning. It is the next day and the evening from when I talked to you last. I've already gotten unready for the day and technically ready again for what I'm about to do. Put on some activewear. I need to tackle this closet. It's a hot mess. So I was in the middle of kind of switching over putting my winter clothes away and pulling all my summer dresses out. I know that seems really late in the year. I do realize that, and it is. However, I've been really busy. So finally got that done. All my sweaters that are not like summer cover up appropriate are up in these bins here. And now I need to actually hang everything. And the reason that the closet is in disarray is because I haven't had enough hangers. So Luke has been busy buying shirts. And then when I'm taking all of my dresses out that don't have hangers, because none of my sweaters are hung up, so putting my sweaters away did not give me any extra hangers. I needed to go get hangers. So I got hangers. So now we can tackle this bad boy. This is like the first room that normally goes awry. I don't know if it is for you all, but the closet in this house in particular, I swear it's the closet that goes chaotic the fastest, and then followed very closely by the pantry, which I don't think we're going to tackle that today, but we will tackle that soon. But yeah, I think today is just going to be me putting my headphones on. I'm going to see if there is any podcasts that I want to listen to, and if not, I'm going to put my audiobook on. I'm currently listening to Butcher. I cannot remember the name of the author, but the name is Butcher, and it's just a black background with white letters and like a carving knife with blood on it on the center of the word Butcher. It's a new-ish book. It's by an author that I've never read before, and I'm intrigued. I'm still in the very, very beginning, so they're just kind of world building and kind of setting the stage for what this is going to be. So I'm intrigued. I got it as a recommendation from a YouTube channel that I watch called Criminolly. Olly. Criminal. I wonder if that's the whole name. I haven't ever paid attention, but he reviews horror books and like Pulp Fiction, and I think he's doing a series right now called Trash or Garbage or something, reading really cheap paperbacks that people are getting rid of, I think is the vibe. Again, I've not watched that video, but I think that's what he's talking about. So he said it's one of his favorite books that he's read recently, and maybe like up there on his list of all time. So I am really excited to get into the meat of it. But yeah, I figured I would have you guys join me, be there for moral support, and hopefully be able to watch me do a speed run of this closet and have it go from shambles to looking really nice. So yeah, here is the before. There are things on the ground that you can't see. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Now you can see. There's just piles of things everywhere. This huge pile is all clean clothes, but it's all my summer dresses that I haven't been able to hang up. They've gone from up here on the island to down on the ground, and now hopefully we're going to get them all in the closet. So yeah, let's get started. So here's the book. It is in fact a scalpel, not like a meat cleaver. But yeah, that is what I'm listening to. I love these headphones. I think they're old Microsoft Surface. Man, they make my ears sweat. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess it's just me sweating in general. But yeah, so the sun, I don't know if you can see me now, the sun has started going down. I think it's time to go make some chili for the baked potatoes that I'm gonna make for dinner. But yeah, we are all done. It is clean. I've turned on my wax melter over there with some Cozy Cabin Candle Company scent playing around. But yeah, now it's time to head to the kitchen. All right, so I've got a load of laundry going. I am also running a clean cycle on the washer. If you don't know, again, this is something that I didn't know as an adult and I had to learn. If you've got, let's say, the most common one now is probably a front-loading washer. For a front-loading washer, every month you're supposed to run a clean cycle with a washing machine cleaner, either tablet or powder in there. Basically, it just runs a really hot cycle for a long time to kind of clean the washing machine out. You are also supposed to clean under the rubber gasket that kind of goes around the door. That is what keeps the seal while your clothes are in there. And there's also a drain at the bottom. And you would think, oh, well, you don't need to do anything with that drain. Yes, you do. So you need to drain and it literally is always, I swear, on the bottom left-hand corner of the washer. And you want to take a bowl with you and you want to drain everything that's in that line out and into a bowl. I don't know why there's water that goes in there. I just know that you have to do it, and it's like part of keeping the house up now. So I've done that, and I'm running the wash cycle. I had to learn how to be an adult, and it definitely didn't start until my late 20s. So if I can hopefully help you all that might not know that. I've seen recently, maybe it's just what I'm getting served on Instagram, but I feel like people that are creating content on those platforms are really starting to share. A lot of it is kind of still like a reactionary thing. It's like someone watching someone do a life hack and saying, oh, there's no way that works. And then them going and doing it, and it does, and they're shocked, which is fine. It's still educational. I think there's a time and a place for social media. And most of the time for me, it is to either be inspired or to get educated. It's just, this type of content where people are teaching younger generations that might not know how to do something or how to clean something or how to build something. I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool, and hopefully I can try to help with that. I am about to make some chili because we're going to have baked potatoes and chili, and I need to make some. So I've got the basics here. I've got the onion, I've got the garlic, and I've got a little jalapeno. So this is one of the jalapenos that came off of my jalapeno plant. So I'm going to get to use the first one tonight. Super stoked. I am terrified also because jalapenos can either be super mild and barely spicy at all, or they can be really hot. And apparently it's just kind of up to chance and if they've been cross-pollinated with anything. So this is either going to be really, really spicy chili or like very neutral, normal chili. And I am going to put gloves on when I cut this because jalapenos aren't as bad, but like adobo chilies, like if you're going to make an adobo sauce, or like the big green chilies, I tried to make a soup one time and we were out of gloves, and I cut said peppers without gloves and my hands burned like they were in hot oil for probably 2 days. So again, teaching you something you may not know, and hopefully saving you from some pain if you don't know. Use some gloves when you're cutting hot peppers. So yeah, I'm going to chop these bad boys up. Get everything in a pan so that the chili's going, and I will preheat the oven. I like really salty baked potatoes, so I'm going to coat the outside with avocado oil and then use my really coarse salt, so my kosher salt, instead of like the fine salt that I would use to normally salt food, because I like a really thick, crusty baked potato. There's a restaurant here in I'm sure it's in other places, but I've only ever seen it in North Carolina. It's called Trips. And they have the best baked potatoes that I've ever had in my life. And they just have this super crunchy, salty crust that they've made out of the skin. So yeah, I'm going to pop those bad boys in and then hopefully eat something hearty, as long as I don't burn this. Which, again, it's happened. Teaching myself how to cook. I've burnt some things. I've oversalted some things. I have failed to use the correct technique for things. And it's easy for me to get not necessarily frustrated. I don't think frustrated is the right word. I get sad because I'm like, oh, like, you know, I spent all this time making this dinner and now either it's inedible, which has definitely happened. Apologize for him in the background again. Or it's just not very good and it feels like I've failed, but it's all part of the learning process. So let's get all of this chopped up and get it in the pan because I am starving. Dinner was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
It was very good.
Luke thinks it was very good. I made him 2 potatoes, and I think I overestimated the size of his stomach. And
I ate most of them, and I'm about to die.
You did eat most of them. I am about to make some ice cream and eat some ice cream because I saved room for ice cream.
So did I.
Luke's gonna have ice cream too.
Fat.
And we're going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 to continue our Marvel movie
Marathon.
Chronological marathon. I'm pretty excited. But that's all, folks.
Whoa! That's the word.
That's
the saying.
That's the saying. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah!
Bye.